As a fitting conclusion to the Normandy part of our trip, which is all I'm concerned with, I thought it'd be interesting to give you a picture of our very attractive cabin, fourth deck. And there's the Queen out in the deck, decomposing after our busy day of touring. Very nice accommodations. Once they got the air conditioning fixed yesterday. So from here on, it's all Celtic and not my concern. Well, we got underway about an hour, pulled out of the dock at Caen. We're now sailing down the channel towards the English Channel. We will dock around 11:30 at the end of the channel and wait for the tide to turn so we can sail all the way out. But the captain just announced that in a couple of minutes we will pass the Pegasus Bridge, which is the bridge that we saw yesterday with Danielle, the one that the British commandos attacked and held to prevent the Germans from reinforcing the invasion. So we'll come back to this in a few minutes. There are some people fishing. Okay, there's the Pegasus Bridge. To see it, I guess we're going to go right through it and the bridge will swing, I think, to allow us to go through. And there were 6.
Maybe it is.
I guess the bridge doesn't swing, it lifts up. See, it's lifted up into the air. Back to a distant view. There were 6 gliders that were dropped on the right hand side here. One of them had no idea where it went, but the other 4 or 5 landed right near here. We saw the memorials where the actual aircraft had landed, and then they attacked this bridge and held it. That's the captain speaking.
And just on the land, and on both sides, a pub, which is very famous. There is a famous lady who is Mrs. Gondry, 80 years old, a lady, and it's the first bar that was, let's say, free by the Jews.
Captain said the channel is very narrow. This is the biggest ship of this kind that's been in here in a long while. And as I look to the right, there are some of the memorials we saw yesterday, marking the spots where the gliders actually landed. That's us. Wow. See all the cars lined up back there?
Oh, yes.
Here are our French friends saying, au revoir.
You can see the original bridge, the Pegasus Bridge, just on starboard side, around the trees, you see. Just,
people taking pictures of us, and we're taking pictures of them.
Just on starboard side,
Fun. Fun.
Also,
Say au revoir France. Au revoir Normandy. À tout à l'heure. The captain said we'd pass through a lock, and this is the lock we're going into right now. And this is the lock we came into last night at 11 o'clock at night. And it's where we disembarked this morning. And then the ship, after we left, passed through the lock and came down into Caen near the Pegasus Bridge, where we just passed through to pick us up again tonight. So I don't know if he's going to anchor here. lighthouse. So I guess we're going to stop. Yeah, maybe he's going to go through. We'll just have to see. Here we are again. That, I guess, must be the lock control tower. Pretty elaborate. And there's the outward lock. The barky dog. So I think we're in the upper level of the lock, and eventually when we leave they'll close the one at our stern, let the water out at this end until we're at the same level as the English Channel, or as the French prefer to call it, the sleeve. Bring him to a stop, I guess, or maybe pulling him into the dock high up. Not a lot of room to maneuver. The captain has canceled his evening reception tonight. Put it off. He hasn't canceled it. Put it off 15 minutes while he docks the boat before he comes to his reception. Don't want a drunk captain docking his boat. Well, it's the next morning. We've been at sea for probably 12 hours since we left Caen. I thought this might be a good chance to give you a view of what it's like to be in the English Channel. The only thing I can think about is what it must have been like for the convoys during the Second World War who were at sea like this. We're in constant lookout for submarine periscopes. You really think you had a good chance to find a periscope in this weather? Tough. Take a look. Well, it's the next morning. We've been at sea for probably 12 hours since we left Caen. I thought this might be a good chance to give you a view of what it's like to be in the English Channel. The only thing I can think about is what it must have been like for the convoys during the Second World War who were at sea like this. We're in constant lookout for submarine periscopes. You really think you had a good chance to find a periscope in this weather? Tough. Take a look forward if I do it without getting drowned. I would sense the motion of the ship or not. We're quite far forward, so we're getting quite a bit of up and down type of movement. Very nice. Look at the stern. Pretty windy.